Kia ora, good morning. I woke up a little while ago. I passed out quite early. Um, uh, I was working all yesterday afternoon, yesterday evening on this cabaret idea, and I think I've kind of made a rod for my own back because it's ended up a lot bigger than it started with a seed and just quickly, just like exploded into a whole vine of potential. I I might be able to pull this off in terms of I had a choice. I can go big or I can go small. I can go small as in I can just keep it like an intimate club in the hotel where people come to have a nightcap and there's just some maybe like a three piece or a solo artist or an opera singer or whatever. I want to change the entertainment up so it's someone different all the time. Different kinds of entertainment where the people staying at the hotel can just come and have a nightcap if they don't want to leave the building. You know, like I said before, I think I'm going to have a lot of people staying that are, coming for business in Switzerland and all of that. So they'll want to eat in their room, they'll want to work in their room, they might not want to leave their room, they might not want to leave the hotel, but they don't necessarily want to stay in their room. So they can come and have a coffee in my, because I'm going to have like a book corner where they can come and have a coffee with their laptop and just have a nice selection of Indigenous coffees and teas and read books and all that sort of thing. Or they can go and have a nightcap where it's just quiet, well, not quiet, but an ambient atmosphere with quiet music, like nothing loud, just ambient atmosphere. And that's what I was originally thinking, do the cabaret in there. But then when I started thinking about themes for the cabaret and thinking, okay, we could do the whole, Hell's Gate cabaret thing, it's like when I started thinking about the themes and the ideas for it, it kind of exploded on me. So now I'm thinking, well, instead of going small, go big or go home. So I've been looking, kind of thinking about the plans of the place that I want to build, both places, and I could do it. I could pull this off. The building that I fell in love with, if I just moved the where I want to have the game studio and the production company, if I just moved them, I could have a cabaret. I could have like a cabaret venue that's still attached to the main building. Um, it is possible, but I would know more once I get to Switzerland and contact the estate agent and get to look around these properties. And then it's also going to depend on building permits. But if I go big, then I'll have a venue where people can come, they can book their tickets and we'll put on a show for them and, we'll change themes every month, just like Dracula's Theatre in Queensland. They change their themes all the time. I went there like 3 or 4 times and no two shows were the same. Admittingly, they were years apart, but I know that they changed their theme like every few weeks. I'm going to have to get really good people that, theatre producers and choreographers, and I'm going to need everything from jazz performers, tap dancers, theatre, cabaret. Like, I'm going to need, like, people. Because and whoever the main characters are, because I want every member of staff, from the bar staff to the door staff to the people that take the tickets to, because the people who take the tickets will be in the show, the bar people will be in the show. I want it to be like an inclusive thing where everybody that works there is putting on a show for the audience. So whoever the main characters are, they're going to have to be naturally, they're going to know how to, going to have to know how to work crowds. They're going to have to know how to like do comedy, like ad lib, off the cuff comedy, because I want them to be able to like um, not call out, but like bring in members of the audience, like include members of the audience, just like Dracula Theatre, but without the food. It's a great way to promote my drinks and um, yeah. So the main character, and in this case it would be Satan. He's going to have to be quite. They're going to have to be quite engaging on stage, where they're not only telling stories and singing and weaving this whole thread of magic into the storylines, but they're gonna have to like just have a flair for audience engagement and get the crowds involved. I've already got the first theme idea for the first show, and I'm guessing it's probably going to have to be Halloween themed, but we only need to come up with 12 themes. And I've got the Hell's Club one, Hell's Gate one. And I also was thinking, because, when I've been looking at jazz, and also when I was looking at when the band plays, because that's 1920s, 1930s themed, my slapstick murder mystery. Um, I was thinking of Benny Goodman and all that, and I was thinking, okay, so I can do a World War Two one, where it's World War Two. They're all dressed in the World War Two gear, and they're singing like World War Two songs, and doing like a whole World War Two theme, where they're playing like big band music and all that sort of thing. So yeah, so I can do a different theme every month, and we can just rotate it. It's going to be a lot of work for the singers and performers and that, but the thing is, if the shows are only going for a couple of hours, and we're not going to be doing the whole pizzazz thing of Dracula's theatre, where it's going to be all lights and stage and food and blah blah blah. You're just going to come in, sit around some tables with some candles or whatever going, or little fake lights. You're going to have some drinks, and you're going to be entertained by my performers. And every month we'll do a different theme. So I've got two themes. Like, I've got the Halloween one, where you'll get to meet Satan, and this guy needs to be flawless, I'm telling you. I'll know as soon as I meet him. It'd be really cool if he were, although I don't want to be offensive to Germans, but it'd be really cool if he was like Italian or German or French or something, because I always envisaged him having an accent, not American or anything like. That's why I thought Nayib Bukele would have been brilliant. But he ended up, well, ironically selling his soul to Lucifer. So, and I think possibly my storyline to Elon Musk, for the Dear Satan cause. But yeah, so there's two themes: World War Two. We can call it We'll Meet Again. And I've been listening to some cabaret jazz to get inspired. And there was one lady singing a song called I Want to Be Evil. And I said to my friend, that kind of song would be perfect. I need to write a song like that. So I'm going to need someone who's really good at theatre directing. I'm going to need a couple of theatre directors, because I'm going to need one to work with the kids with one's like the Amber Wilkinson School of Witchcraft, and then I'm going to need another to work on the cabaret. And I'm pretty sure that where I want to be situated in Switzerland, I'm going to be it's going to be like a glut for talent. So yeah, so I've got 10 more themes to come up with, and it won't be hard. I mean, I can do one about like with spring. We can do one to do with the spring equinox, where it's about Persephone, Hades' wife. He kidnapped her, fell in love with her, love at first sight, kidnapped her, but he made a deal with her mum, Demeter, the nature goddess. I'll let her come back twice a year to activate winter and spring. So so she brings autumn about, she brings spring about to prepare for summer and winter. So I could do that. Then of course we're going to have a Christmas one. So yeah, that's four. But the thing is, as well, it gives all the kids a chance to work on sound and stage and costumes and working on the backdrops and all the props, and what incredible schoolwork for them. So that's what I have so far. I do have a theme for Hell's Gate. I'm not going into it, but yeah, the whole storyline for that, because it was coming up with the storyline for that that made me realise I'd accidentally come up with an incredible idea that was too big for like a small intimate setting. But I can have a small intimate setting in the hotel, but it's like if you're going to go there, just go there, Debbie Lee. So I am. So I'm going to have a cabaret club. And then it's another thing that people can come for their date nights. Take you to the cabaret. Let's go on a date for date night. I'm either going to offer date nights in the hotel rooms where you can, order date night food. If you just want to have a romantic evening with your missus, I want to encourage husbands and wives to come and book like hotels and events with us when they have their date night, because I think every husband and wife who have kids, even if they don't, should have date night. So we're going to offer something different. There's something for everyone. We could even do like a country and western cabaret where we do like country music and like the Grand Old Opry. Oh wait, it's interesting because I had a dream last year where I was in Blackpool and I was watching the man I was in love with talking to all these people, and I was watching him in the crowd, and I was talking about the Grand Old Opry because there was like a theatre in Blackpool that was like it was called the Grand Old Opry or something. That's weird that I remembered that. And then in the dream, I took the podium and took over, and my audience got bigger. I'll put a link in, but yeah, it's weird I remembered that. Just because of Grand Old Opry. So for people that liked country, we could do like a whole like heavy metal themed cabaret. Yeah, I mean, there's loads we could do. I'd love to do one based on all the. I know this is going to sound a bit cheesy, but we can do an Indigenous cabaret. But I'd love to do one based on all the religions, like Christianity and Islam and Judaism and Hindus and Sikhs and all of that. Like maybe the origins of faith. But of course, it's like I'm saying, even though a lot of this stuff is going to be based on people's religions and faiths and mythologies and all of that, it's not preachy, it's comedy. The way that we'd be writing and performing it, you wouldn't even realise that. Oh, do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? You know what I'm trying to say, right? We can turn them into like funny little songs, and because the whole point of everything I'm doing, which is part of the White Buffalo Calf Woman prophecy, the Whale Rider prophecy, the ancient prophecy that I was told about by teacher, is it's the whole point is bringing the four corners of the globe together, and all four corners of the globes are all different religions. We could do one about the gods of Olympia. We could do ones about Chinese. Honestly, the possibilities are endless. But the whole point of it is, we all come together from the four corners to work together for the sake of building a better future for the children who are ignored and kept down and silenced. And we're going to all work together, regardless of our religion, regardless of the colour of our skin, our beliefs, our whatever, and raise the kids up. So, anyway, I'm going to get back to it. I'm going to get my pen and paper out, I think, and start writing some theme ideas down. So yeah, I'm going to need really good musicians that can play a lot of different kinds of music. Going to need a lot of musical instruments. I'm going to, oh gosh, I made this a lot bigger than I expected when I first came up with that idea. It's like a flash turned into a bang. Or rather a bang, a flash turned into a bang. So I'm going to go, but I wanted to leave you with that. But I just get so excited because it started with one little idea for a small little art school in inner city New York, and it's exploded into an entire, oh, and it just keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. But that's what it means to have the Midas touch. Remember, I was blessed with the Midas touch. I had that dream, my ghost zombie dream. Ghost zombie in the park dream. Where Isis, God, and Joan of Arc blessed me with the Midas touch. Everything I touch will turn to gold. So I just keep coming up with stuff that's getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And the thing is, everything that I create individually can be taken all around the world and opened up in stores and that all around the world. We could have a travelling cabaret show, you know what I mean? Like never ending expansion. Whoever I end up getting, whoever I let come in to invest in this is not going to be sorry that they made investments, that's for sure. And the people who come on board with me to help me set this up will be helping me make history. Help me make history. We'll be making history together. Just like how everyone knows the names of all the Walt Disney greats. And, the Motown greats. They'll know the fire greats. Fire greats. Anyway, I'm going to go and sit with my oils and incense and say a little prayer for all the people being affected by what's going on in Iran and Israel. Pray for the British soldiers, pray for the American soldiers, the Iranian ones, even the Israeli ones, because nobody wants to be getting involved in this. But innocent people, innocent animals, I've been seeing all the trees burning and that. It's been breaking my heart. Because, it's punishing Papatūānuku as well. And the poor animals getting left behind. It's breaking my heart. So, what people need to understand is that Iran is paving the way for the second coming of Christ. The Muslims are protecting Christianity for the second coming of Christ. So that's pretty awesome, eh? Four corners of the globe's coming together. That's why I offer my assistance to Iran as an oracle in that, because I too am helping oh God, I can't talk. I too am helping pave the way for the second coming. So it's pretty incredible. And then you've got countries like China and North Korea that aren't Christian also doing the same thing, defending Christianity on a deep roots level. That's exactly what's happening. I think it's beautiful. It's just heartbreaking that innocent people are getting killed. If war only targeted the bad people, it would be fine. But unfortunately, it doesn't happen like that. And the entire world, from Spain, Greece, all over America, Australia, the United Kingdom, everybody's coming together to stand by Iran. Nobody wants to be seen on the side of defending pedophiles. They're calling it the Epstein War. This is literally going to go in the history books to be known as the Epstein War. So Keir Starmer is going to be the Prime Minister who took Britain into the Epstein War on the side of the pedophiles. So anyway, the thing is, I've been at this for so many years now, like 10 years. I've been at this and I'm done with it. I don't want to deal with this anymore. But until I get justice, I keep having to push for justice. Once I get my money and I get out of here, I can just walk away and then do good with that money to actually do something to help the victims that we can rescue from all of this sort of stuff. I don't want to be having to deal with the bad guys anymore, because it means that when I get justice, the bad guys are being dealt with. And then I'll let the courts deal with people like Musk and Trump and Macron and Starmer and all of that. Norway's already started the court proceedings, so it's just a matter of time. And I don't want to be. I've been at this for so long. I don't want to deal with it anymore. I just want to skip into my meadow, be with my Prince Charming, run away holding hands under the moon, creating magic together. Because I know whoever he is. Well, I mean, I know you know it a lot. I know that when him and I come together, yeah, we bring something out in each other that's more than us as well. Synergy. The whole is greater than the sum of its parts. Him and I separately are force de jours, but when we come together, we're something so much bigger, bigger than what we are as individuals. And I can't wait to finally get to a point where we can just talk whenever we want, however we want, be together how we want, when we want, and just collaborate and just watch everything explode. And then charge people money for it so that we can look after the kids. So I'm going to go, and I will speak to you later. Have a wonderful evening and pray for the innocent, please. If you don't pray, just spare a thought. It's the same thing. I'll speak to you later. Ka kite anō. Mwah.